Trap Politics TV, trappolitics.com. Yeah, trending culture, lifestyle commentary. He is I and I am him. It's your boy Rel. Now let the games begin. Glorious day today. Very glorious day today. A lot was accomplished, a lot was done. A lot of progress was made. Let me get myself situated here real quick. Let me make my proper adjustments. But before we get into all me, I definitely want to make sure to thank you guys for coming through to kick it with me. If this is your first time here, my name is Rel, host, creator, provocateur of the Trap Politics platform. I figured I should make that really crystal clear as we wind down to the end of the year. Want to drop some jewels as well too before we get up on out of 2021 and make our way into 2022, which is going to be a very prosperous year for myself and for those who are on their grind, on their JO, and who are building for self. Within and outside the industrial complex they call the workforce and whatnot. So before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, or if you just want to hang out and you enjoy the content and along the way you said, you know what, man, this dude is really kicking some verbiage, let me hit that like and let me subscribe and see what else I could do. See how else I could support this young man right here. It is appreciated, and I do thank you for the time. And yeah, man. So a lot of y'all have seen the title, right? For those who clicked in and for those who are interested, how to get some J's for retail. How to get some Air Jordan retros for retail in 2022. Let me break it down for y'all real quick, all right? Now, I've been able to get all my J's, especially the ones that I really wanted. I mean, there was one that I missed out on this year, and I was a little upset about it. I was a little butthurt about it. I ain't gonna hold you. I was definitely butthurt about it. But I held it down. I held my own. You know what I'm saying? No money spent is money earned, money saved. It's still a dub at the end of the day. So outside of that, though, there's a lot of tactics that I employ for me to make sure I get the J's that I want to get, right? And this is for my sneakerheads out here. This is a sneakerhead stream. A sneakerhead struggle stream for all my sneakerheads that's been struggling to get the shit that they want for retail that they may not have thought of, they've been lacking at. Resellers have been banging their pockets and they want to get it for retail. So I'm gonna break down some of my tactics. Not 100% guaranteed, but it has been pretty successful. I would say about a good 80% successful, right, in landing the kicks and J's that I want. Now, I gotta say this, though, that it all depends on your demographic and where you're at. I could only speak on the East Coast, New York specifically, maybe. I'm talking about the Northeast in specific, right? Where the market is different from maybe the Midwest, the South, even the West Coast, and beyond the United States, So I could only speak on what has worked for me over here in the Northeast, specifically in New York, right? And maybe these tactics could work for you too, At the end of the day, it's all about the hustle. How bad do you really want these fucking J's? So, in the past, actually, let me not even give you the sob story about the past. I'll give you my sneaker history going, I'll give you my sneaker history in the long roll, but I'm going to definitely vent on some grievances that I have, right? So before like Nike really started to cut ties with a lot of these mom and pop shops, I used to be able to pull up to certain places that I knew were like undercover. Like people didn't really know that these people had Nike contracts and they were getting these J's. And I would go in there and they would be like, "Yeah, man, we can sell it to you today. It doesn't fucking matter. I know it comes out next week, but we'll give it to you today. It is what it is. You know, here you go. Just, you know, buy these socks, buy a shirt or whatever, and we'll give you the kicks along with it for retail and whatnot." So I always had plugs here and there in certain stores, and people are like, you know, well, I'm antisocial. You know, I don't really talk to people enough for me to really be out there networking with people to get a shoe in, all pun intended, for anything new that's going to be coming out. Now, I do recommend that you build that thick enough skin to step outside yourself and really, you know, ask. Because if you don't ask, then you won't receive. So, I recommend you go out there and you talk to some of these resellers, especially in places that's not the Northeast, where I'm gonna give a little bit more detail on how to get the back door in and how to backdoor some sneakers. Um, but yeah, you definitely got to step out your skin real quick, build up a little rapport with some of the people, and you don't got to be best friends with them, but at least show them that you're interested in coming and spending money in their establishment, and that way they would take you serious enough to give you at least some type of input on what might be next, what might be coming out, blah 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 blah. You're interested in sneakers, they sell sneakers, they're interested in you because you have their money that they want for these sneakers that they want to sell. You get the dynamic? Cool. So that's what I did on the come up. I always used to have a nice little rapport with certain people or whatever because I'm very introverted myself. I don't really like to be around too many people. I stay to myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very valuable person. You don't just wake up one morning and just walk out into the street and meet somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm some of the most precious metals that you could find. You could find me on YouTube, but not too many people find me on YouTube. And I think that's a good thing because I could be able to speak freely without any type of judgments because, you know, you don't want to have too many people around you that's going to tarnish your image and shit like that, right? Especially when it comes down to your sneaker game. You don't want too many people knowing about your plugs, your connects, how you make shit happen, you know, unless you feel like, you know, you're at a certain point now where you want to just, you know, let some people know what the hell is going on and, you know, you want to give some game. So, boom. So build up your network, talk to a few people, you know, build up a good rapport. Now, the thing about talking to a few people is that you can't talk to people who work at places like Foot Action, Foot Locker, Finish Line, JD Sports. You can't talk to these fucking retards that work at these places because psychologically in their mind, and this is what I believe happens in these big brand retail establishments, maybe in like places like Dick's Sporting Goods, and other little lesser end stores, Dick's Sporting Goods, maybe Jimmy Jazz, maybe even Dr. J's. I'm talking about in the New York area, maybe DTLR or some shit like that it's called, in the Midwest, maybe even in the West Coast. But the problem with building a relationship in some of these big name stores is that the employees get what's left over. So if people don't pick up certain sneakers, not all stores give employees first dibs on sneakers. Um, they normally get what's left over from raffles, and when it's available to be openly available, then they'll be picking up J's that are, you know, left over and shit like that. But for some reason, I don't know if they're told this, but they completely changed into a completely different character when you talk to them about sneakers and shit like that. It's like you ask a regular sales employee, "Hey, when is the next J's coming out?" Just to try to build some rapport with them, so at least you could come back and spend your money. You know what I'm saying? And if the girl is even good, you might even trick off a little more just to show that you know you balling like that. Trick off a little extra on some socks or some tees or something. But it seems like every time you ask them, "Yo, man, what's good with the you know Hyper Royals, man? What's good with those ones? When are they coming out?" "Oh, the Hyper Royals, man, yo, you won't even believe what I heard. It's been back ordered, and you know, like we don't know whenever we're gonna get." Like they start just lying to you. Like they start coming up with whimsical shit. You leave 1 hour, you come back and talk to another employee. They're telling you a completely different story about how the manager forgot to, you know, forgot to put it on the shelf, and now it's like stuck in a warehouse somewhere, and they won't get it out the warehouse for another 18 months. It's like they come up with some of the weirdest and wildest stories. So watch out for those big brand stores and the employees that work in those places. And I'm talking about just networking to build up your network of people who could potentially give you an in to get your kicks, right? So eliminate walking into big brand stores and trying to pry their brain. Unless you know these people that's working there and they could be able to, you already build a rapport before they work there. This is like your friend's cousin, that work there. Or, I mean, that's how I got some of my J's. I had to talk to the uncle of a chick that worked at a Foot Locker for me to get these J's right here. Space Jam 11 with the 4-5 on the back. I mean, look at this beauty right here. I mean, I wore this joint twice. I wore it to the Dave Chappelle concert. Scuffed it a little right there on the side. I was a little disappointed in that. But I mean, shit is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Very, very little wear on that joint. But just the fact that the 45, because I ain't here to play games with you. Maybe name you, blow you to smithereens, take one for your team. If you know who that's from, leave it in the comment section. I'll cash app you some money. You got 24 hours after this video was posted though to do that. Now, anyways, yeah, so I knew the uncle of the chick that worked in the spot. I was able to, chop it up with him, tell him XYZ, boom, 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 salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Homie hooked me up. Cool, for retail. You know what I'm saying? Threw him a little extra something on the side, He was a reseller because he was, but then again, he didn't know, he did it for me off the strength. He didn't even want the little extra $20 I gave him for gas or whatever the case may be. I looked out to him, but he gave it to me for resale, for retail. Imagine a motherfucker that is a reseller trying to flip me that back. It's probably going to be way more than the extra little $20 I gave Unc for gas or a little, sandwich he could get for his lunch break. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. There's really a difference. So if you don't have a connection like that, you could completely forget about you could completely forget about walking in there trying to network with the bottom feeders that they have working there and shit like that. They walking around with the J's on, and then you ask them, yo, how did you even get those? Those don't even. They trying to talk about, oh, we don't have it anymore. Like, they act like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? And they're slaves to a corporation and a machine, but they want to act like it's theirs. Whatever. It's cool. You could fake pump and, get clout for your homies and homettes to make it look like you were really about some action, but you're really just a, bottom feeder at the end of the day. So y'all could eat a whole one, to be honest with you. I hate all of y'all niggas that work in these sneaker stores or whatever that act like the kick is yours. Y'all could really eat a whole one. Now, pushing past those guys, and, to build with people who you're close with that got connections. That's the only way to really make it happen, because the good old days are gone unless you could really speak to a manager who's cool. And I'm not saying that you can't walk in there and build. It's just that you really gotta you really gotta put yourself out there and have thick enough skin to go through the bullshit. And I've already went through the ringer enough that I'm like, you know what? I'm over begging and pleading with fucking simpleton peons to really be out here trying to get some kicks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just figure out another way. Which leads me to phase 2, websites. People might be like, yo, Hassan, I gotta get these bots. These bots is the only way I could get it off these websites. Bro, I've hit on a lot of fly ass J's on websites without any bots needed. I got the Raging Bulls. I even got the Jubilees. I got what else I got over there? Got some Yeezys. I got some shit. I got some shit before before they really blew off the shelves. And it's only because, I stayed up on my game when it comes down to a lot of these websites. And that's the next piece of game I want to give y'all. Y'all got to stay up on the game when it comes down to these websites. Give me a second to let me explain this. I gotta refill my drink. Give me 2 seconds real quick. Just vibe out to this nice ass smooth jazz. You know what I'm saying? Let your brain relax a little bit, because I know I talk at 100 miles per hour, and I know you enjoy my soothingly deep voice, because that's what I do. You know, that's exactly what I do. All right, hold on one second. What was I saying? Websites. Okay, here we go. See, this is why I need y'all in the chat, man. You know, for all you sneakerheads that might be watching this, this is not a sneaker stream. I am not a sneaker YouTuber. I'm a lifestyle YouTuber. Okay, I talk about shit that's happening within the lifestyle, my lifestyle, and the trending culture. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the content so far. It's your boy Rel. Make sure to check out trappolitics.com, one of the illest blog sites out there. A lot of great news that's been happening, all listed on the website. Definitely stop through, kick it, see what's up, leave a comment or two, let it do what it do. Now let's get back and let's get through this next topic about the websites. You got to make sure you fill out every raffle. Shit, if the raffle is in Europe, fill that shit out. I've filled out so many raffles, you wouldn't even believe why. I don't even believe why I filled out so many raffles. I filled out raffles in all over the fucking place. You know, have I hit on any of them? No, but still, at least my name was in the pot. You know what I'm saying? The more chances you put out there to get the kicks you want, the better it is that you'll be able to land the kicks you want. Okay? Facts. So that's one thing I did. There's a lot of retailers within the Northeast that have their own websites and whatnot, and they allow people to sign up. Jimmy Jazz is one of them, and I always sign up for their, for their drops and whatnot. But there are times where I'm able to just stop in and I'm able to get the shit that I want. It was never a moment where I had to wait till the countdown was over and see that it was not going to be available. I just knew once I didn't win the draw that once the day came, it was going to be sold out, because they already picked everybody for the draw. It wasn't like certain people didn't pick certain sizes when the draw came around. So, because that's how it works. When you sign up for the draw and you pick a certain size, certain sizes go for certain people, but if certain people don't pick certain sizes, that's the ones that they let out on the website. So if everybody picked 9, 8, 10, but they didn't pick 7 or 11 or 12, that's what's going to be available on the website. But 9, 8, and whatever is going to be sold out. That's how usually it works. Moving on, though. So definitely sign up for all the, everywhere. Go to End. I know END. I know there's a few other websites, too, within the continental United States that offer sign-ups and raffles for people to get a chance to pick up their pair. And like I said, if I were you, it's like a job application. You know, if you're looking for a specific job, you got to put that application everywhere, spread it, spam it if you can. You know, shit. If you could put in twice on the two different, three different names, do that shit. Do that shit. Do it. Do it. Do it. So, yeah, get your name out there, man. Fill out all those online raffles, and go to the in-store raffles too. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Definitely do the in-store raffle. You know, while you're doing the in-store raffle, I would say to try to network, but your best bet is if you're talking to a goofy retailer, they probably wouldn't really give you the time of day. They're very stuck up. Maybe it's just a New York thing. A lot of these retailers out here are very stuck up. Only one time I met a real cool retailer who I was talking to at Foot Action that I was like, yo, you got those? Damn. I'm waiting for mine to come in the mail. But would you let me buy all of them right now? And he was like, I'll let you buy all the kid sizes if you want. I can't let you buy all the regular sizes. But at least he entertained the fact, you know what I'm saying? Some goof troop might not even give me the opportunity to even buy, you know, all of them. They'll try to pull some bullshit like they some type of manager. And I realize there's a certain type of complexion of people that try to tell me shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's always a certain complexion of people who are behind the bench at these retailers that try to act like they own everything and they run the show. I walked into this one outlet and I asked him about the cool grays, and the motherfucker almost nutted himself when I was like, yo, did you guys get the cool grays? Oh, no, man. It was only a sneakers resale. It was only available in the sneakers app. Fucking goofy. The pair that I got back here, I didn't get off the fucking sneakers app. I'll tell you that. And I'm going to get into that in a second. But more reasons why it's hard to go into these places and try to talk to these goofy, dumbfounded retailers that's acting like resellers and shit like that, because they're trying to get their hands on it as much as you are, but company policy says that, you know, they can't touch it just yet. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you go. But the cornball damn near nutted himself when I asked him about it. God damn goofy. Hope he never touched a fly ass sneakers ever in his life. And if he does, somebody steps on him the first day he steps out. Bum ass cornball. Now, yeah, so definitely do all the online raffles, and if you can, step into some of the stores and do the in-store raffle as well too. You definitely spread yourself thin. You know what I mean? And then now we're gonna get to the apps. All right, the apps. The apps. And then I'm gonna give you some more insight on the websites as well too after the apps, because the websites are a little bit interesting as well. You know, I have one on websites as well, but I'm gonna tell you that in a second. So definitely get on the apps, download all the apps, create an account on all the apps, input all your information on all the apps. Don't listen to these ass backwards sneaker YouTubers out here that have you filling out your sneaker information ass backwards, talking about fill out your information like a woman, pick woman sizes and men's sizes, so when the time comes you could be able to. Don't do none of that shit. That's giving them more chances of being able to land than you are. And again, it's all about the complexion of the people that's telling you this type of shit. Always look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would, like, they always come up with the most absurd and bizarre ways of getting kicks. And usually they're buying reps from China. And I'm going to get into that also, you know, at the end of all of this. After I talk about everything else, I'm going to talk about reps. And if you're really desperate to get things, you know, completely jumping over resellers and retailers that are goofy minded. You know what I'm saying? There are ways of getting what it is that you want. I haven't gotten any reps at all. But I have been thinking about getting some reps, and I'm gonna go into that in a little bit at the end of this, because I'm now out of the sneaker game. After I got those back there, those that I was just taking a nice huff of, you know, because taking a good whiff of those really gives me a nice high. You know what I'm saying? It's like a victory high. But that couldn't happen if I didn't go through the apps process. This was the first year I went through the apps process, right? After I went through all the websites doing all the raffles, some of these websites were like, you could only get these if you get the app. So I said, fuck it then. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get the app. I put in all my information in all the apps: Finish Line, Foot Locker, JD, East Bay. Dicks don't have one, but there's another one too. So I put in, all my information in all of them, submitted on all of them. The thing about submissions is that you have to be up on that shit like a fly on shit. The moment you get a whiff, jump on that shit. All right. The sad thing is that I don't get any notifications when things are available, and that's the whole thing. Like, I don't get no notifications. Maybe because my settings is different. It's a little, it's a little tweaked out. Maybe because my settings are a little tweaked out, I don't get no notifications on when anything is open, if anything new is dropping. The Hyper Royals could have probably dropped like 3-4 times, and I probably missed each and every one of those because I'm just not paying attention or know when, how, why, when it happens. R.I.P. the Hyper Royals. Moment of silence. Hold on. All right, we back. Yeah, because I really wanted those, and I couldn't get those, and I'm not trading anything for them. I wanted to pay retail for them so I can move on. But maybe it was for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was for a good reason, because those cool grays back there is just as good as those Hyper Royals. Now, the apps, filled out all the information, submitted everything. The day of, you got to keep an eye on all of them. For those cool grays back there, I was on every laptop watching every raffle, waiting for every second to count down to the moment that I was able to submit my order. Looked on every website, waited on every website till the last second. Hit the refresh button at 9:59. So it hit 10 o'clock. That's the key right there. To hit the refresh button on these websites the moment it's about to hit 10 o'clock. Now, it's a hit or miss depending on the website. Sometimes they might put you right. The website might be so congested with everybody waiting that as soon as you hit refresh, now you're in the back of the fucking line. Now you're in the back of the line, and that shit is fucked up. But most of these websites refresh at that time. So if you're refreshing while the page is refreshing, that means it's refreshing the traffic. And if you refresh at the precise moment that it refreshes, it puts you ahead of everybody else the moment it refreshes, if you get what I'm trying to say. So when it reaches like 9:59 and 58 seconds, you hit refresh, because as soon as your computer refresh within that 2 seconds, or 9:59 and 59, now I would even risk going to the 59-second mark, because then you hit refresh, and in that 1 second that you hit refresh, it uploads everybody that's been waiting on the backlog. It's a way to kind of skip the line. It's a technical type of thing. I've done that, and I've won some fucking nice ass Jordans. All right, I did that and won the Raging Bulls, and I won the Jubilees doing that, all off a website. All right, so just keep that in mind of what you could possibly do when it comes down to getting on these websites. Now with the apps though, the apps is really hit or miss. But the best thing to do is to spread yourself thin on all these apps. Submit everything everywhere. Put your card information in. Tell them you want to pick it up in store, and you want to have it shipped to your crib. Do a double input on every app. So if there's 5 apps, you're doing it twice, that's 10 entries. Just think about that, 10 entries to either get it shipped or picked up in store. Whichever one of those will hit. And luckily for me, by the graces of the sneaker universe, I was able to get the cool grays. Those back there. You know what? Speaking of those, let me just take another hit. That's real nice. That was a good hit. That was a real good hit right there. COVID incoming. I ain't gonna say why. I ain't trying to ruin my demographic already. Now, yeah, by the good graces, I was able to land those by making sure I submitted everything in every app. Some apps that don't work. Motherfuck the sneaker app. Alright? They have a reputation of always handing out L's. You know, to those that hit, fuck you too. You know, fuck you. Because if you're always hitting, that means somebody else didn't hit, like me. So fuck you. Always hitting on a sneaker app. Yeah, I'm a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'll call a bomb threat at your house, so when the UPS man show up, he can't deliver the shit, and you gotta evacuate. Fuck you. How about that? Find out that you hit on them shits when I was trying to get those shits. That's the reason why I probably didn't get the Hyper Royals. Call a terrorist threat, have them SWAT your house. You know what swatting is all about. The moment they drop it off, I'm like, yeah, man, he just got some crazy shit from some Alibaba and Talaham. Have them come after y'all niggas, man. But the sneaker app has never been working for me. I went to Nike.com as well too, right, to get the cool grays and shit like that. And the Nike.com website works better through the Nike app. The Nike app and the Nike.com website are linked together. So if you want to get sneakers off the Nike website, it's best to go through the Nike app. Crazy, right? Well, that's how it works over here anyways. I don't know if it works that way differently to other places. And plus, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods crashed when I was trying to get the cool grays on my side of the hemisphere in the United States. But in certain parts in the Midwest and the South, the website worked just completely fucking fine. Which brings up the notion again that different servers are in different part of the US that gives people access to sneakers. This shit is deep. This shit is crazy. And there's a lot that goes into it, man. There's a whole lot that goes into this shit. It's just... But at least somebody's breaking it down. A simpleton, a person just like you. A person that wants his pair, want to get his pair for retail. Motherfucker reseller, and a retailer who want to act crazy, who want to act like it's their pair, even though they're just a slave to the machine. It's like, listen, you know, you're getting it direct, and at least you're getting my point of view. So let's recap real quick. And before we recap, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to leave a comment down below about other ways that you think you might have been able to hit, you might have hit, other strategies. You know, if you want to share the sauce, if you don't want to share the sauce, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? People will always still be able to get it anyways. I'm out of the game at this point. There's nothing that I see coming up in 2022 that I'm interested in. I know there's going to be some heat coming out. I don't even want the patent breads that's about to drop at the end of this year, because the one sneaker that I really wanted was the cool grays, and I wanted those for like over 10 years. And for the fact that I finally got it is a good way for me to sign off. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what 2022 holds. But until then, if you guys want to share the sauce, if you guys got any information, please leave it down below. I would appreciate the engagement, the like, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I'm going to take a quick break, man. I hit the half-an-hour mark. Out here talking for a hot minute, man. You know what I'm saying? My brother got to, you know, take a good little breather, stretch my legs. I got the mean Charlie horse right now. So give me a second. All right. Back, refreshed, stretch my legs. Now, what was I talking about? The websites. Getting yourself everywhere, the apps, putting yourself everywhere, the refresh hack, making sure that you can land at the precise moment to get anything that you want. Different boutiques. Now, when it comes down to like getting sneakers at like boutiques and whatnot, right? Meaning like, what's that one spot that was selling different boutiques that are releasing J's? Those are more raffles as well too. You can't really run the refresh trick on those. They have like in-store raffles as well too. So if you're not in the location, I think one of the location was in Chicago. I forgot the name of them shits that was dropping, man. It was like some fly ass dunks that was dropping at one point. And if you're not in like Chicago or these places that are dropping these shits, it's like it's really hard for you to really get an opportunity to get them shits. And it's a little unfair, to be honest with you. But still, you know, those places are a little bit harder. Now, these aren't foolproof ways of getting these J's, but at least these are ways that you could be able to increase your chances. Never just think you could get your kicks from one place at all. You got to spread yourself thin. Pause. Spread yourself. It's a little explicit. A little explicit. But you got to do it though, you know. You got to put yourself all the way out there. You got to be able to, get yourself in every pocket an opportunity and chance for you to land yourself a pair. And to be honest with you, that's the way how I've been able to get them all throughout 2021. I've gotten every pair that I've wanted. Then again too, I don't want every pair. There are pairs that I did want that I did miss that I mentioned earlier, like the not the Cool Grays, the fucking damn it, Hyper Royals. I was even gonna pay a reseller for one of those, but I said, you know what, man, I got more integrity than that. I gotta remain loyal to the game. It's all about staying true to the dollar and staying true to the culture. Don't ever buckle to none of these resellers out here. You feel me? Don't ever buckle. If you're a consumer like me, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a consumer like me, to each his own. If you're a reseller, go ahead and do your thing, man. I have everything against you, but I'm not gonna buy anything from you. So now, there was another aspect too that I was gonna bring out. All right. I talked about the apps. I talked about the website. I talked about the refresh hack. I talked about the raffles. I talked about the boutiques. What other ways are there to really land the pair that you want? Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because I want to make sure I give you guys all my secrets. Every way that I've been able to land it. I've talked about the network, about finding the right people to talk to build up that network, if it's available. Especially, you have better chances of talking to the people who are owners, or who know the owner, or who's working like a slave and they don't really care. They're just there for the sale at these mom and pop sneaker contracted stores, these Nike contracted, Jordan contracted stores. Spoke about the websites that are low in competition. To always check these websites on a regular, to do the due diligence and whatnot. Yeah, I really don't think there's too much of anything else. Make sure to spread yourself thin on these apps. The sneaker app is trash. The Nike app and the website all work together, from what I've noticed and what I've seen. And if worst come to worst, man, and you gotta go to a reseller, man, negotiate. Don't get butt raped out here, because that's the worst thing. You don't want to get butt raped out here, and you're running up a tab unless you got it like that. If you got it like that, cool. Go ahead and do the hot damn thing. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would definitely take the loss and call it a day. Because paying half retail plus half of retail is just crazy. It's just insane. The only time I did that was for the Griffies. Now, other ways of getting a pair too, right, is to pop up at your local sneaker retailer and find out what days they may be doing a release. Sometimes they do these little hidden drops and hidden release. There's times that I pulled up on certain sneaker retailers and they actually were getting a shipment in of sneakers they're about to put on the shelf, of sneakers that is like an exclusive that I wanted. Most of the times they have a lot of shit that they don't even put up on the app. I walked into this one spot and they had the Raging Bulls that they just got in a package off of the UPS truck. They're literally cutting open the boxes as I'm walking in, and I'm like, yo, you guys got any new J's that's coming in? Or we got the Raging Bulls right here if you want them. And I was like, yo, I'm waiting for these to come from Dick's that I've ordered a month ago. That's backlogged because of the fucking jam that they had in the Nile River, So yeah, I'll definitely do that. And speaking of that, I'm actually giving those away. So if anybody wants a pair of Raging Bull 5s, size 9, I might look out. But you see, there's a thing that I want to do. I want to do a good little, raffle giveaway. I'm trying to do a little, I'm trying to build my YouTube subscription up a little bit. I am not a sneaker YouTuber. I don't always talk about sneakers. I talk about everything within lifestyle and culture. My lifestyle, what the things that I've learned throughout my life, like this whole sneaker thing. I am a sneakerhead, as you can tell by all the kicks behind me. But I also talk about shit that affects me. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, family, friends, drug addiction, drug abuse, work, entrepreneurism, inspiration, motivation, elevation, de-escalation. I talk about a little bit of everything that I believe a lot of people go through as well too. And that's the reason why I figured, as I step back from the sneaker game in 2021 and give people an opportunity to get all the shit that they want moving forward, I'll drop some jewels, drop some gems, let it be known, let it be seen, let it be heard. And so y'all could progress and y'all could process the progress and move forward. You dig? So yeah. Yeah, I think it's only right. So I've pretty much given out a lot of the gems, the jewels, to really get any sneakers that you want moving forward. These are the jewels that worked for me. This is the game that worked for me. This is what got me to land every pair in 2021 that I wanted. A little forecast about the sneaker culture that I've seen recently. They have been I want to talk a little bit about the creative aspect of some of these sneakers that's been coming out. It's been getting a little lackluster these days. A lot of the high-end retro stuff has already been ran, It's hard to say what they're about to release next, if it's really going to be anything worthwhile. I know the patent bread is definitely something to see. I might put my shoe in, but as I mentioned before, I'm not too hype about getting it. I've gotten everything I wanted. Shit, I've gotten so much shit that I wanted. Let me show you all this other shit that I got. You know what I'm saying? Trap Politics merch. Look at this shit. Nice box logo. Man, this shit is. Whoo! Damn, this shit is fly. Yo, if y'all want a shirt like this, this is some custom shit, by the way, right? Most of y'all can't afford it, so But because one, this is a picture of me back here rocking my own merch. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept of it. New York Trap Politics box logo hoodie. The hoodie is like fleece, and the hoodie is dope material as it is. You know, metal rings. You hear that? Metal rings around the tip right here. This is some high-end exclusive box logo shit. Very few people have a pair, have one. These are one of ones, and the cost of something like this is $100. So to get one of these, you definitely have to have some Skrilla. And when you get it in your hand, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, this is definitely $100. This is more actually. Like you could feel it. Like as soon as it's in your hand, it's like, holy shit, this is me in a box logo on a high quality. It's just, I don't know, it's a feeling that you can't really explain. You know, a lot of people sell merch, but they don't sell a feeling. And that's where I come into play. That's where the Trap Politics merch come into play. Because if you're like-minded and you're a politician like me, for the free, for the brave, then you would understand exactly where I'm coming from when it comes down to what it stands to be a politician in the Trap Politics, you know, with the Trap Politics brand. You know what I mean? If you're in a politician, man, it's like, listen, it's, you know, I can't build with you. You know what I mean? So shout out to the politicians out there, the political community. You know what I mean? It's ours now. We're gonna redefine it. But anyways, let me show you these kicks that I got. I went in on a tangent real quick. I'm out here really expressing myself on a creative forum. Anyways, hold on. What I gotta say too, right? It ain't always about J's. See, I was able to land me one of these right here. Before I wrap up and call it a day, I was able to land me one of these. All right. For those who know, hold on, let me let it focus in. Boom. Right, some Adidas, of course, but these are not just your average, ordinary Adidas. These are your N. Can you see it? I know the light is like killing it right now. Fuck. You know, I'll just read it out to you because at this point I'm just out here faking it. The NMDs, my nigga. Some Pharrell joints. You heard? This shit blew me the fuck away. I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit blew me the fuck away. Look at these shits. Like, are you shitting me? Let me tuck the laces in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody out here calling me a poo putt. If you know where that's from, drop it down below and I'll drop you some money in your Cash App. Yes, that's reflective. All that shit is reflective. Some reflective joints. That shit blew my mind. I was like, word? If I didn't get the cool grays, I would be happy with these. I mean, if you look at the both of them, right? Before we get up on out of here, but if you look at the both of them, they're like, see, this is gonna be Jumpman or it's gonna be Adidas, either or. I need some gray shits, and they both go with my with the Trap Politics merch. I mean, just look at this shit. Some fly shit. I'm a fly ass motherfucker. The only reason why these Adidas are a little dusty at the bottom is because I never worn these. It's just I did try them on though, but the fucking floor here is dusty as a bitch, and that's the reason why I don't want to wear these on the motherfucker, because it might fuck it up. But sheesh, just look at these two. Look at these. Look, I mean, holy, come on now. This should be the thumbnail right here. Which one is better? The Pharrell BBC joints or the Cool Grays? Which one y'all think is better, huh? Sneaky YouTubers, man, let me tell y'all. Anyways, let me put these back. As we conclude, I appreciate y'all for stopping through. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Hear me talk, hear me rant, hear me rave, hear me boast, watch me take a break. I do appreciate you guys enjoying the content with me. It's been fun, it's been real. At the end of the day, the goal is to go for what it is that you want. Make sure you put yourself out there the best way that you can for what you want to get. If you believe that you could achieve it and you could succeed at getting it, you'll be able to acquire whatever it is that you want in life, whether it's sneakers, whether it's your goals and accomplishments. Always apply yourself. Do the best that you can to get what it is that you want, and you will succeed. You know? Now, life isn't perfect. You can't hit 10 for 10. You know, maybe some can. But, you know, life isn't always perfect, but it's always worth it to go for what it is that you want. So always apply yourself, always put your best foot and best effort forward, you know, for everything that you believe that you can achieve, and you will achieve it. I guarantee that. Now, of course, there's going to be timing and there's going to be obstacles, but if you believe in yourself, you persevere, you endure, you continue to stay focused, you know, you will overcome and you will succeed. I am your... He is I and I am him. It's your boy Rel. The end. I wish you the best. Prosperity, love, and success. Trap Politics TV, trappolitics.com. Signing out, man. The world is yours, you dig?
More power.